Welcome you all on the next video of our finance settings for the purpose of sourcing and procurement series. In this video, we are not going to configure anything, but instead we are checking the integrity of the configuration. This is very important check in order to run the logistic invoice verification part of the sourcing and procurement module. In this video, we will be concentrating on the GL account determination for open item exchange rate differences, whether the GL account has been assigned to take care of the exchange rate differences in the invoicing or not, and the taxes on the sales and the purchase sales and the purchases. Here we are going to ensure the tax codes are maintained and the automatic posting of the taxes will happen on the GL account or not, etc. So let's start with the first transaction, that is GL account determination for open item exchange rates. In this, we can check with the transaction code OBA1. This is very important in logistics invoice verification and recon account in vendor master and the supplier master data. Uh, Also, we can check with the OBA1 T code whether that recon account is existing or not. While creating the vendor using the transaction code BP, there is a mandatory field called recon account. This particular recon account is coming from the copy function from the country template we have used to create a company code. From there it is coming. Let's check whether our recon account existing or not. There are two kind of recon account. One recon account is for the customer. So customer, whoever buys our product, will pay us. So this is a custom, we are receiving the account, we are receiving the account, receiving the money from the customer. For so this account, this particular recon account with the customer, it will be receivable account, and there is a vendor account as well. There is a vendor recon account as well. We are paying to the vendor, so it is going out of our organization. So this is a payable account. Let's check whether those accounts exist or not, and then let's come on to the tax transaction system. Here, run the T code OBA1. OBA1. Here you can see we are going to work with the transaction KDF. We are only concerned about the KDF, not anything else. So double click on KDF. It will ask for the chart of account. Chart of account is INT. Click on the right mark. Here you can see we are concentrating on the two important account, that is 140000. This is a recon account used for the customer, and 160000. The both the entry should be there when you check for your KDF in your system. When you check for the KDF transaction, the both the accounts should be there. To see the details of these accounts, you can simply double click on them. You can see there are nine different GL accounts are connected to this particular GL account, that is to take care of the gain and losses whenever there is a posting of the transaction. So how, if you want to check the details and what is the data contained in the GL account, to make it a recon account, we can do this through FS00. Run FS00. Here you can see 1400 account number. Provide the account number 140000. It says the description of the account says customer domestic receivable account, since we are receiving the money from the customer. So if you go to control data, you can see this is a recon account type for the customer. Now if you want to see the field selection field status group, that is G067. The same thing goes well for 160000 as well. Let's check 160000 as well. Now press enter. It says accounts payable domestic. Now go to control data. It is vendor. So that's it. That is what you need to check in this first GL account determination for open item exchange rates. Now coming to the taxes. So again, there is a series of checking we need to undertake. First is assignment of the country, whether the tax procedure is assigned to the country or not to the company code. This is for the country, so that can be checked using the T code OBBG. And the next step, in the next step, we need to maintain the tax code, tax rates, and the tax amount. That can be done by the transaction code FTXP. There are two kind of taxes we are working on: input taxes denoted by the letter V, and the output taxes denoted by the letter A. So we need to check for V1 and A1, and there should be an GL account assignment for these tax accounts, so that whenever the transaction takes place, that tax account has to be posted to these particular accounts. That also we will check now, whether these accounts are assigned to the V1 and A1 tax code or not, and we can also maintain the tax rate specific to V1 and A1. We can maintain the tax rate in FTXP transaction. That also we will check. And in the third step, the same thing, GL account we can check in this particular transaction as well, and also we can check through this transaction. This transaction is exclusively used for checking the GL account determination, or GL account is assigned for the tax posting or not. In the fourth step, we need to allocate our company code for the non-tax transaction. So non-tax transaction means where there is no involvement of tax exists for any transaction, say 0% tax. Whenever we carry out the transaction with the 0% taxes, our company code has to be activated with this particular input tax and the output tax types. So that also we will be checking in this particular video. Let's get into the SAP system and do let's carry out the check one by one. The first check is OBBG. Let's run that transaction in the SAP system. Run OBBG, press enter. Here find our country, that is Great Britain. Our company has created using the template GB01. So locate the Great Britain. You can see the tax GB is the tax code which is already assigned to the country. So no need to do anything. You can just come back, and the next tax transaction is FTXP to maintain the tax rate, tax code, tax type, etc. So enter. Here you need to provide the country, that is GB. Here tax code, you need to provide the tax code. So we have, if you check what is the option we have, you have two letters A and B. A stands for output tax. Output tax means whenever customer buys from us, he will pay the tax to us in the invoice. That particular tax is known as output tax, denoted by the letter A, and different slabs are represented through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now coming to the income tax, input tax, not income tax, input tax. Whenever we buy from a vendor, we will be paying the tax to the vendor. So that tax is known as input tax. Again, this different slabs are represented using V0, V1, V2, V3, V4, etc. So right now we are working with the A1 and V1. Let's check about V1. Press enter. You can see the input tax is active and the rate is maintained 17.5. So if you want to see the GL account assigned to it, you can click on the tax account, and chart of account is INT. Click on the right mark. You can see 154000 is the GL account, which is used to take care of the tax transactions. If you want to see the structure of this GL account, again you can run FS00 and there input this 154000 GL account number, give your company code, access the control data, you will get to know the structure of the GL account. Since this is not this course is not related to the finance module of the SAP, so we are safely avoiding this particular part. If you want, you can check it. Now coming to the second, we need to check the same for A1 as well. A1, enter. You can see now output tax is MWS, that is 17.5. It is maintained. Click on the tax account to check the account number assigned to it. So 175000 is the account number. That's it. No need to make any changes. Now come back. The third activity is OB40. Again, we have done checking the GL accounts, but still we can separately check the GL account through the account key, that is VST and the MWS, what you just saw in the previous application, using OB40, whether GL account is assigned for automatic posting or not. Here, just find your tax codes, that is transaction. One is MWS, check for MWS. Yeah, here you have MWS, double click on it. Chart of account is INT. Here you can see the account number assigned to it is 175000. Now come back, go find VST, it is here, and account determination is active, so you cannot make any changes. So double click on VST, you can see the account number assigned. That's it. Now the fourth activity is allocating the company code for non-taxable transactions using OBCL. The transaction code is OBCL. Run this transaction code, locate your company code. You can see both the company code has been assigned with V0 and A0. V0 and A0. That means there is a 0% taxes attached whenever we do the non-taxable transaction. No need to make any changes. If anything is missing here, you can simply maintain V0 and A0. That's it. No need to make any changes. You can safely come back. With this, we have successfully carried out the checks on GL account determination for open item exchange rate differences. We are also carried out the check on the tax on sales and purchases. With this, we have completed the eighth video in the finance series for the purpose of sourcing and procurement. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for further videos. In next video, we are going to discuss about the tolerance limit, how to set a tolerance limit for the vendor, customer, and other GL accounts. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe, like, and comment your feedback so that we can improve.